Oops.
I know Chris doesn't have any problem speaking up. Give me a test 1, 2, 3, Chris.
Test 1, 2, 3, Chris. Thank God for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't the option to take back what I said.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and Team Hope does a tour every year. We do it in the evening time because that's when everybody's free. If we could go during, say, noon or 2, it's like 2:40. I mean, there's people everywhere going, excuse me, because, you know, appointment here, appointment there. And it's that place is something. That place is something. You know, a lot of people think it's a sad place. St. Jude is not a sad place. I want to be able to put some light on the things that the families go through beyond their child fighting cancer. Because life still goes on. I mean, Visa still want their money. Wells Fargo Mortgage, they still want their money. You know, Ford Motor Credit, they still want their money.
Now, he knows my fat ass ain't going to get out of the bed. Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number 52 with Chris Hope. You can find us at www.liftheavyrunlong.com, on Twitter and Instagram at LiftRunLong. Also, feel free to email me directly at the address wilson@liftheavyrunlong. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. I have sitting with me my favorite person in the entire world.
Oh, man, you're too kind.
The most attractive woman, the most intelligent woman, the most positive, calming, and absolutely stunning woman. Chris Hope can't even get enough of it. He's just loving it. He's taking notes. He's over here taking notes, asking for a pen.
Oh, my gosh. You're
Dr.
crazy.
Amanda Kimsey-Horrell, jacked and tan.
Good evening, everybody.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thanks for coming home. Thanks for coming home every night.
Had to get away from work.
And speaking of lovely, we have the Reverend Vaughn Rawls.
Hello.
And he's over here looking right. He is dressed up, got his hair cut, looking fit, looking firm. Been doing his training.
That's right.
Man.
Oh, boy.
And we're not even to it all.
He's making everybody feel good. I
know.
Well,
can't wait to see what he
look
says
at this
about
guy
you.
right here. Look who we got with us right here. I mean, this guy was cut out for the business. You're supposed to be right here with a microphone all the time. Mr.
man.
Chris Hope of the Hope Foundation.
Hello, everybody.
Man, it's nice of you to be on the show.
I appreciate you inviting me.
Man, it's going to be too much fun. We're glad to have you.
We're just going to stop talking right now and just let you tell everybody about yourself.
You got an hour starting now.
We're
going to go inside.
I'll be right back.
We're going to...
Oh, man.
We're going to go into a little bit about what's been going on this week with Lift Heavy Run Long, and seems as if everyone has responded in such a positive way to my pleadings to leave us a review on iTunes. That can be tough, Chris, to get people to do what you want them to do.
Imagine that.
You just have to ask them.
Especially when it involves saying nice things about you.
Yeah. Hey, would you mind giving me a compliment?
But they did that. A lot of people did that. I thought I had it pulled up right here, but apparently I don't. I'm going to read them off. Here's what we got.
How many did we get?
We got like 7.
Wow.
Something like maybe 5, something like that. When was that? May 19th. So we got NCIH, love, 5-star reviews. I love all the podcasts, but my favorite is the hashtag whatever with just the 3 of you guys. Y'all rock. Keep it up. I think that's Natasha Hollis, NCIH.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's her. Ms. Lynn Aaron says this LHRL is too awesome. 5-star review. This has to be one of the best podcasts out there. So real. That's what makes it hit so close to home for so many. They have fun, tell it like it is, and truly enjoy doing this. You can tell that in every episode. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you, Lynn. And Firewoman29, which is
Firewoman.
Paige.
either Paige or Dawn. I couldn't remember whether it's Paige or Dawn.
Oh, no, I'm guessing.
Insightful, funny, and honest. Love listening to these guys. Their information and stories have brought a smile to my day. I've been motivated on many occasions by the guests and topics. And CMPSR, not too sure who that is. Great guys and girl.
Oh,
5 stars.
Thank you. Aw.
I've learned so much about running from these podcasts.
It's Amanda's alter ego.
Yeah, that's me.
She signed up with a fake email address so she could.
That was me. Dang.
And this is our boy Mark Fortune right here.
Uh-oh.
Addicted to the LHRL podcast. 5 stars. Which he might not be a listener after he
hears the one we talked about killing him.
We talked about shooting him. And Vaughn threatened to punch him in the face and kick him out of his gym.
Oh boy.
Did I do that?
Yeah. Yes, you did. Yes,
Oh,
you did.
boy.
And I said I was going to shoot him twice.
Wow.
So they say that the first step is admitting you have a problem. I'm addicted to these LHRL podcasts. I can't get enough of them. I believe there were about 42 of them in when I finally took the time to listen to the first one. Since that time, I have listened to every single one and many more of them once. I just can't get enough. Now I find myself anxiously awaiting the very next one.
It's good stuff.
Yes, it is. They are by far the most entertaining, informative, and motivating podcasts I have ever listened to. Please, please, please keep them coming faster. 2 more. Love this show. Happy like Hugh. This show is very motivational and encourages me towards lifting heavy and still pushing my limits while running. Plus, they are funny and upbeat. It's great to hear from others working towards their fitness goals. And Inspiring Others Weekly by FSXZ. The gang does a great job of motivating listeners to reach outside their comfort zones simply by sharing the stories from others who have made radical shifts in their lives. I look forward to hearing the banter every week. So that's a pretty good week of work right there.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, we got some good people behind us.
And we didn't even have to pay him that much.
That much.
No, I did. I offered to send a transfer sticker and a buff to the people who wrote us a review, and I need to do. I got to send one of them out tomorrow. Shout out to David Failing, who wrote us. One of those is his review. He wrote the review, and then he let us know that he wants to be on the Tunnel Hill documentary. He's running Tunnel Hill, and he is a PhD math teacher from Illinois, and he's going to drive in town to allow me to interview him, and he's going to participate in the documentary.
That's fantastic.
That is incredible.
And he's going to run 6 100-mile races in 1 year.
That is even more incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's insane.
And do it all for charity.
Wow.
So, you're going to have to follow his lead. You're going to have to do 7.
And Tunnel Hill is one of those?
Yeah.
I don't even do.
Obviously.
I think I do 100 miles a year.
And a shout out to my mother-in-law, Carolyn Kimsey, who gave me my birthday present today. And it was 2 big Sasquatch beef jerkies.
Is today your birthday?
Well, my birthday's coming up, so she sent like everyone their birthday.
It's a care package.
It's a care package, I guess.
Okay.
What does your mom call me?
Sweetness.
You know why?
Because you're the sweetness.
Because I'm the sweetness.
Oh, gosh.
Oh wow.
That's right. Chris is over here about to throw up on himself.
I think I taste a little bit of it now.
So we have Tunnel Hill training going on. Got the Tunnel Hill documentary that I'm going to try to put together. It's really exciting and really scary.
Well, it must be terrible for you because you have to wait until November before you can even think about getting it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I think I need that time. I need all that time. I need that time to get the footage, and I need the time to learn what I'm doing. I've got a lot of questions. I've never done anything even
You don't know how to make
remotely
films?
similar to this. So I've got to watch a lot of documentaries.
We need to turn the air conditioner off.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Sorry, it'll feed into the sound.
Edit point.
All right, so we were talking about the Tunnel Hill documentary that I don't know anything about what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out, and we have 27 weeks to do that.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you, though, we have watched plenty of documentaries now. We're watching how they do the lighting, the interviewing,
All
the
you need
editing.
is a reason to watch more documentaries.
Yes.
Tell you what.
And we have a new couch coming, which is good. So that way I can sit on the new couch and
Watch even more documentaries.
and then get so fat that I don't do the Tunnel Hill 50 miler. And fortunately, I'll be documenting everyone else, and nobody will have any questions about
I
me.
still think that you need to be part of the documentary and be interviewed and such.
I don't think so. No, I think that just makes too big of a problem for me.
Too many responsibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. And y'all are going to interview this week.
I don't know.
Monday.
I thought you said Monday.
Monday
Yeah.
is when y'all are going to interview together at the same time.
That's right.
And Lynn and Brian came and interviewed. When Brian told me that the two of them were coming together, my initial thought was crap. Like, they need to be separate. Like, it's not going to work out like that. And they sat down, and they were so natural and so funny, and the banner was just so good that I thought, now everybody needs to have someone else to partner up with. So I think we're going to try to do it that way.
Well, there you go.
We're going to figure it out. So, on from there, we're going to get to our guest, Chris Hope of the Hope Foundation.
Chris Hope Foundation.
The Chris Hope Foundation, excuse
Yes.
me.
Welcome, Chris. We're glad to have you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you.
And I met Chris through, I guess, the DeSoto Runners Club or Full Motion
Probably
running.
full motion.
When I was doing the St. Jude Marathon for the first year, and everyone overwhelmingly said, if you're signing up, sign up under the Chris Hope Foundation, be on Team Hope. And he's a great guy, outstanding person, outstanding foundation.
I paid him to say that too.
And that was the word that I got. And you know a lot of people, and you have a lot of people raising money on your side. So tell us a little bit about that and how you got into it.
Oh wow, long story. I think I signed up for the St. Jude race. I think whatever year it was that it snowed out, that iced out. Just like everybody else trained for it and was ready to do it, and it was canceled. But I had the desire to run the race anyway, but I needed some motivation. And I had a friend who had a son at St. Jude, and was talking to them about what I wanted to do, and said, you mind if I use your son as a motivation, to get me geared up, keep my mind where it needs to be to get out there and train. And of course, she was like, yes, please. And during that time, I met her friends who were at St. Jude, and that allowed me to meet more families, more kids, and hear more stories. And I was like, this is an amazing thing to learn all the different things that these families go through, and I felt like it was important to get the community involved. So that's how Team Hope was formed. I would always share my story on Facebook, all of my different experiences, and just always ask, hey, come on, join in and be a part of this. And that's pretty much how Team Hope was formed. Just getting some friends who I know run, because I know a lot of runners, and try to get them on board so we could do something magnificent together as one.
And so you start something like this, and you just start from just saying, I want to do something, and I want to get one person to jump on my team, and then it starts snowballing from there. How does that work?
Well, that was pretty much it. It really wasn't that hard, because everybody could see my involvement with St. Jude, and because I always shared a story as often as I could. When I went to visits, I would talk about my visit, and it grabbed the attention of a lot of people. And I would have Team Hope gear where I may have a patient's name on it, or I have my St. Jude singlet, and every child I met, I had them sign it. And it was easy. I was like, okay, look, I want us to form a team, Team Hope, not necessarily because of my name, but, hope for a cure. That's pretty much our slogan, hope for a cure. And, everybody just jumped on board. It was pretty easy. No questions asked. Okay, let's do it. And at the time, I mean, I don't know how many dollars we raised that first year, and I don't even remember how many team members we had. But
It was a lot.
yeah, it was a lot. I think we had maybe over 100, maybe over 100 members, and I think our initial goal was like $50,000, somewhere in that neighborhood, and I think we reached 50,000 in 3 months or so.
Wow.
So, I mean, this last year was our third year, I think, second or third year, and each year we've raised over $100,000.
Wow.
And so now,
And it's only your third year into this?
yeah.
Wow.
I just assumed you'd been doing this forever.
I did too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
Nah.
just hopped on a couple years ago. I thought been around for a
Nah.
while.
Nope. I'm pretty much when I met you guys, I was just starting out.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, just starting out, and so I mean, we've done pretty good the past couple of years, and last year we was the second highest fundraising team for St. Jude, which was a great accomplishment. So our mission now is to raise $1 million, and we said 10 years, but the rate we're going, we can probably do it in 7 or 8.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yep,
You got to be hustling all the time. I mean, you have a full-time job, correct?
I do.
And you do photography on the side, or is that just something a hobby that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, that's a hobby. I don't do it nearly as much because, one, I don't have the time. So, of course, started out with weddings and all that kind of stuff. I no longer do weddings. I only do corporate type stuff like headshots. I shoot for Memphis Health and Fitness magazine. Amy Good is a great person to work with. And I also shoot for Dance Dynamics once a year doing recital pictures. And it's 3 days of shooting, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. But every now and then I may get phone calls requesting photos, and I do them, but for the most part, I don't really do a lot of photography. But I do enjoy doing it.
When you crossed over from spending time at the Children's Hospital at St. Jude and got into the fundraising aspect of it, was there any hoops that you had to jump through with St. Jude, or are you separate? Are you affiliated with them in any way?
Yeah, we are partners with St. Jude. When it came to the fundraising aspect of it, I mean, it was do what you do. You do all you can do for the kids. The only thing we have to separate is when we're having fundraisers for the Chris O Foundation. If it's for the Chris O Foundation, then I can incorporate the St. Jude name because we don't want to use their name to help benefit us. But if there is something that we do strictly for St. Jude, like our Sweater for St. Jude fundraisers, we can go full-blown St. Jude, this St. Jude, that, use their logo. We have permission to do all of that because that is strictly for them. So if it's CHF, no St. Jude, not mentioned. If it's for St. Jude, we can mention my name and their name together all we want. So, I mean, I understand why they do that because I know there are a lot of people out there who use their name to raise money for themselves, and that's not how it goes down. It's not difficult. I thought it was going to be, but, I mean, we've had a number of meetings with St. Jude, and we are official partners, so we are affiliated with them. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Well, St. Jude has to have people hustling them all the time, or people using the name St. Jude for their own hustle.
Oh, yes. It's funny because you got to be careful what you put on social media because when you're thinking you're just getting away with something, they have people watching you. They have people watching you all the time because one of the things with me, they were saying, we don't want you to share too much information about the kids. Like if I met Amanda and I was like, hey, I met Amanda Johnson today. She is from Lexington, Kentucky, and she's dealing with leukemia. They was telling me I'm giving too much information about the kid. Just, first name only or no name at all. We don't want any kind of trouble that can come to them because Amanda's dad might be looking for her. And here I am saying, I saw Amanda at St. Jude. She's at St. Jude. And here he comes. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so those are the kind of things you got to be careful with. That's why HIPAA laws are so important. They are serious about their privacy. And I get it. Once they told me all these different things and all these different scenarios, I was like, okay, now I understand. And if you follow me a lot on Facebook, you will see that I don't do as much of the child pictures and the children information like I used to for that reason. Because I told St. Jude, I'm not here to hurt. I'm here to help. So whatever the rules are, you tell me the rules, and I will follow them. Our first meeting, he had a memo pad filled with information to talk to me about. Second meeting, well, first meeting was 3 pages. Second meeting, it was 1 page full of information. Third meeting, he came in. He said, "Chris, you notice something different?" I was like, "No, what?" He said, "My notepad, it has nothing on it." I said, "Dude, all you got to do is just tell me the rules. I will follow the rules. I don't want any trouble. I'm here to help. Any way I can help, that's what I do. I'm not trying to do this to highlight myself or make me look good because of what I do. I'm here to help them. So if this is what it takes to do that, then that's what I do." That's why the partnership and getting the rules benefited me and protected me, because in the meetings, they would always say, "We want to help protect your brand." And I was like, "I'm a brand?"
You are a brand. Most definitely, you are a brand.
That was the first time I've ever heard that, because I don't think about that stuff. I just, do what I feel is right and do what I'm able to do. So, I mean, I learned a lot from them to help protect myself. And it's paid off. First, I thought they was hurting me, trying to shove me to the side and limit what I do. But I was young. I mean, I'm just diving in. And I realized, what, they were right. They are protecting me. So I'm not going to get discouraged. If I'm discouraged, it's because I'm doing it to myself, because I always get a feeling like I'm not doing enough, because this is hard. Asking for financial support from organizations and stores, I mean, it's hard. They will donate products all you want, but when you need
Does
money,
that cross your mind? Do you wake up some mornings and say, I can't do this anymore?
No, I never think that. I just try to figure out another strategy. What do I need to do? How do I need to do it? And I don't know. I just go. I mean, sometimes just hop in the car. I feel like going to 5 stores a day and asking, and I'll go back home and say I should have stayed at home. I should have stayed at home. But when you get that one okay, or you get that one check, you get that one sponsor, it's like celebration. And you like, at that point, you feel like you can get about 3 or 4 more. And of course, that don't always happen. But I mean, I have my moments when I'm down, when I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I think back, I was like, oh man, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since we've helped the family. We need to get on the ball. I mean, I'm very hard on myself. And the team would always tell me, "Dude, lighten up. It's going to be all right." But I'm like, no, because if I don't do anything today, tomorrow, the day after, my mind is, man, that's somebody else on a nonprofit organization who getting something that I could have gotten. They probably walked in the store or emailed somebody that I could have reached out to and got that sponsorship. But, it's still a learning experience. I'm starting to get more people who have strength in areas where I'm weak. And so it's slowly coming along. I mean, it just take a lot of people like you guys and girl to kind of get the word out about what the Chris Hope Foundation does, when it comes to helping the families, raising money for St. Jude. I mean, that's really what helps me.
So somebody listening today wanted to donate. How do they get a hold of you?
Meet me down the street. And all the thing they have to do is go to the website, www.chrishopefoundation.org, and go through the site, check out all the different things we got going on. We got a list of events going on this year. And, of course, there's a link that says donate. And you can do a one-time donation, or you can do a monthly donation. If you want to, of course, do it through St. Jude for our Team Hope, I'm not sure if there's a link there for that, but you can always send me an email at chris@chrishopefoundation.org, and I'll send you any kind of information that you need, because there is a lot of people who support St. Jude, obviously.
Awesome.
I had heard at one point in time, and this has been years ago, that the average donation to St. Jude was something like $20.
$30.
Is it $30? Yep. And that was just mind numbing to me, and it showed how important it is and how far, a little bit can go.
Right.
It's easy to say, well, I just can't really do that much. Mm-hmm. But then when you think I can do $30,
right.
And if you walk through St. Jude, you'll do $30.
Yeah, you'll do $30. We have a tour every fall. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and TeamHOPE does a tour every year during the month of September. We've done it for 2 years straight now, and it's funny. Even the people who's gone consecutive years still walk out there like, wow. We do it in the evening time because that's when everybody's free. Of course, the hospital's kind of, calm down. Everybody's gone to the housing and all of that. So, if we could go during, say, noon or 2, it's like 2:40. I mean, there's people everywhere going, excuse me, because, appointment here, appointment there. And it's that place is something. That place is something. A lot of people think it's a sad place. St. Jude is not a sad place. There's been times that I've walked toward the hospital and I could just look on the face of a mom or a dad or uncle or whatever and say, they didn't get good news today. I've had a parent I was coming to visit, and they were walking out the hospital, and me, Mr. Excitement, Mr. High Energy. Hey, what's up? What's going on? And she looked up, eyes just full of tears, and I was like, "What's wrong?" She said, "His cancer is back." They were just coming for 3-month visits. His cancer is back, and she just boo-hooed, and you look at the kid, he just sitting there smiling. And it's like, you never can tell what's going on in people's lives. You could be standing in line at Target and a kid or adult behind you might be fighting cancer or spousal abuse. It's amazing all the different things that people have going on in their lives that we just, kind of take for granted. When sometimes we think somebody being a butthole, they might be suffering for something. They might just be having a bad day. Or they could really be a butthole. Sometimes I tend to believe the latter, but it's a lot of different things that people got going on in their lives. And I looked at this little boy, and he was smiling and talking to me. I think he was 2 years old. And, if we was at Pizza Hut or wherever, Whole Foods. Whole Foods. Nobody would have a clue that this is a kid that has cancer. I mean, now he's at a point where it can be any day now. So you just never know, man. You just never know.
Man, what a lesson. There's so much to learn from what you just said. I have a friend that helped me tremendously in my recovery when I was down at my worst spot. And, things were really getting to me. People really got to me. And he pointed out, he said, the guy that mistreated you in the store, if you knew that he had just found out that his mother just passed away, would you be more accepting to how he treated you? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, just assume everybody's mother just passed away.
Oh, wow.
And maybe you're the best guy to have the door slammed on you. Maybe you're the guy that's cut out for the job, and start learning to be that.
Right.
And when you really take a second to evaluate your life versus how other people's lives are right now, chances are your life's really pretty good. I know that mine is.
Yeah,
I know
no
that
doubt.
I take everything I have for granted every day.
Yeah, we all do. God works in mysterious ways. You even if something bad happens, you don't know what good comes out of it. It's just, I've learned so much over the past couple of years. It's been crazy, and that's why I share so much on Facebook, because I mean, I want the community to be involved as much as possible. Not necessarily just because, we got Team Hope going on over here. We're trying to raise funds for the Chris Hope Foundation to help other families. But there are a lot of things that goes on behind closed doors or behind those hospital walls that a lot of people don't know about. Of course, St. Jude takes care of all medical bills, transportation, and food while they're there. But I know families, once the treatment is over, don't have a home to go to because they've been at St. Jude 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years. If you're not working, you don't make any money. No money gets made, no bills get paid. And that's really how the Chris O Foundation got established, because I was meeting families who were in those situations. So many stories I have heard, and no two stories are the same. It's just amazing, and I want to be able to put some light on the things that the families go through beyond their child fighting cancer, because life still goes on. I mean, Visa still want their money. Wells Fargo Mortgage, they still want their money. Ford Motor Credit, they still want their money. I mean, the very first family we helped, I was right there when the mom got a call saying that they were finna take their home because she hadn't made any payments. And they was at the very end of their protocol. And I asked her how much her mortgage was. She told me, and I was like, man, we can take care of that. So walked out the room. I called Bill, Bob, Sue, Amanda, and I call your name a lot. And said, look, this is what's going on. Let's pitch in a couple of $100 and take care of this family. And without hesitation, they pitched in, and I think it was my aunt, to join me, and presented the check to her. She had no idea what we were doing. And the reaction that we got from that, I was like, we can do this more. And from that day forward, that's what we've been doing. That's when the Chris O Foundation was started on that day.
That's a really cool story.
That's really when it got rolling.
That's really when it got rolling. We did it 1 year, and it was all out of my pocket, or whoever may want to pitch in. And then I got to the point I need to have a fundraiser for myself because I was like, ooh wee. And every time I went to different business or corporations to ask for help, first question was, are you a nonprofit organization? And I was like, no. And I was like, okay, it's obvious this is what I got to do to get help. And on April 15th of last year, we became an official nonprofit organization. And it has made a difference. UPS has been a very supportive organization, business for us. They've been there for us the past 2 years in big fashion, and along with Tag Trucking and a couple of other businesses. So it's pretty amazing how much has happened within 1 to 2 years. I mean, not just the corporations, but people like you guys, the followers and the supporters. And I mean, I get friend requests every day. Of course, I research them, like, okay, I don't know you. Who are you? But and the emails and the direct messages and stuff that I get, it's pretty amazing. It took, well, I always take somebody else to bring it to my attention. They're like, man, you got a large following. I was like, no, not really.
I do?
Yeah, right. I was like, no, not really. They're like, no, dude, you got a large following. And I was like, okay. So how can we help this so-and-so and so-and-so? Because, I mean, I care, but I don't really care about all that. My thing
you're too busy caring to care.
Yeah, exactly.
About what you care about.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I love it. I think I get more frustrated because, like I said earlier, it's like, man, what can I do? I need to be doing something. So it's a challenge. I mean, of course, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So that's why when you get somebody to sign up, it's a major accomplishment for me. And and I never ever want to let anyone down, no matter who you are. I don't want to let you down. I always want to be that positive person you see walking across the room. we had an Uno game at St. Jude, where I think it was the Grizzlies' house then. I think it's Tri-Delta now. And it took another St. Jude mom to tell me that when I pulled up, all the kids came running to the door because, I'm a big-time trash talker. I always come in saying, yeah, I'm going to beat you bad at Uno when I get there, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't pay any attention when I walked through the door. I just thought everybody was just standing there, so we high-fiving and, doing our thing. And I got the story told to me that, those kids were at the door and windows waiting on you. And when you text one of the moms and said you was parking, they were running to the window to see where you were.
Aww.
And I was like, I would have never known. My main thing was kick they tail and Uno. You know what I'm saying? I got a reputation to uphold.
Well, you got to know those kids see you as 8 foot tall and just bulletproof.
No matter the number of checks that we write for families, one of the things I learned is the simple things like a Uno game or coloring books. That's the biggest reward. I mean, that's the biggest thing that they remember the most. That's the difference maker. Yeah, we can write a check for $1,000, for somebody, but just to come in and say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Hang out for a minute, that means more to them than anything. But at the same time, I know that there are needs out there, so it's time consuming. Like you said, I have a full-time job. I'm a UPS driver. I drive over the road. I drive to Texarkana, Arkansas, and be a Dallas driver every morning at 2 a.m. And you need me to give you a wake-up call at 2?
Wow. She'll be pretty close to awake.
I thought
Don't call me, though.
4 was early.
Yeah, I have to be at work at 2 a.m. and go down to Texas Line, come back. Some days, if I have something going on, I bring extra clothes to work, go to the locker room, change. They were like, going to take care of some business today, huh? Yep, here I go. Go out there and do if it's visits or meetings or whatever the case. Or sometime I come home and maybe on the computer all day. I very rarely have downtime.
Well, are you high energy naturally, or has this? I can only imagine how much you've grown as a person over the past 3 years getting into this.
Yeah.
But before getting into this, have you always been high energy, or has
much.
this helped take you to another level of energy that you need to be on? I mean, part of your job has to be to, promote yourself and come off as being a positive person.
Yeah, I've always been high energy. I mean, I'm one of those high personality guys. There's a guy at work that calls me Smiley because every time he sees me, I'm always smiling. I'm big on, your day is what you make of it. And you come in grumpy and dragging, that's pretty much the day you're going to have. And trust me, there are days when I'm tired and when I'm sleepy. But I know, I got to get out here. I got to do this. I got to drive this big old brown truck with the 2 wiggle wagons, as some people call them, behind me. And I ain't going to tell you about mine wiggle because it might be UPS management looking. But no, I mean, I don't know. I'm a go-getter. I mean, my dad brought me up like that. He's always been the guy to, teach me a lot of life lessons. I know one of the things that he told me that stuck with me all my life is be nice to everybody because you'll never know when you need them. I mean, this guy here might tick me off. I mean, I let him know he ticked me off. But at the end of the day, if I'm wrong, man, that was my fault. If I just want, because I'm big at squashing things. I don't let stuff linger on. And I'd be like, hey, man, let's go ahead and talk this out so we go ahead and squash this and get on back to, being boys. Me
and you have a lot in common.
I mean, life is too short to be living mad and angry. You taking away a lot of good time, a lot of positivity when you do that. I mean, if somebody makes me mad and if I want to just be pissed, be upset.
No, you're good. Trust me. I've thought this is philanthropy. We better behave ourselves on here. It could be a lot worse. So you're good.
But if you want to go several days being upset, I mean, that makes no sense to me. I've always been if there's a bad moment or a bad time, let's go ahead and deal with it and let's move on. Because I am one of those positive guys. I'm always bubbly, always upbeat. If somebody see me and I'm dragging, I'm tired. I'm tired. I think I put a post yesterday about this is my current situation. I had 3 computers going. This computer was working on dance recital picture. This was working for Memphis Health and Fitness magazine. This one here was doing some stuff for the Chris O Foundation. So while this computer's processing, I'm over here at this computer. I never typing something here, looking up something here for the foundation. And I was like, I'm not going to get in sleep tonight. And I didn't. But, when that alarm goes off at 12:30, 12:45 in the morning, I got to hit the reset button and get at it again. You'll see me going down 78, doing this with a shaker. Shaking up that protein shake with a little spark in it and doing it all over again.
Yeah.
That's my life.
You talked about squash and stuff early. I've got a friend of mine, he's probably 75 years old, just an old country guy, and he told me, he said, I'm the kind of guy that can turn that fly on my coffee cup into a buzzard on the lamppost. And I need to swat it while it's still small enough to swat.
Right.
And I've taken that because I'll take a situation and just create it just let it fester and turn it into such a big problem that it's just a lot easier for me to get out that little bit of discomfort on the front end and say, this sucks for both of us, but let's put it out there and get it off the table before it becomes something too big to fight.
See, that guy's made you mad, and then next thing you know, you're taking that out on her.
Yeah.
Or you're taking that out on him. Yeah. Or you running a workout session, you killing them because you upset. It's amazing how I can just trigger on to other folks. Just talk about it, be done with it, and move on.
Yeah.
Just move on.
Well, another thing that I was thinking about earlier when you were talking about the rules that they were laying out at St. Jude, and I think that it would be real easy for someone like me who doesn't like rules or appreciate rules generally to feel like, well, how dare they? Like, I'm here to do the right thing. Like, you don't have to tell me that. And then you have to remember, like, God, don't they have enough confusion going on as it is? I mean, they're dealing with the world's most emotional people for the rightest reasons.
Right.
The last thing they need is another guy in here trying to play them for fools and put themselves above the kids.
Yep. They trust me, I thought the same thing, and then at that meeting, I did that. I mean, it was probably the first time I actually slapped the table. I think y'all trying to take my organization away from me. And they were like, no, we're not. Yes, you are. You saying I can't do this. This is what helps me. They're like, Chris, no, we're actually helping you. And it's funny when the certain situations going down the road, I just kind of chuckle like, dog, they were right. Okay, now I get it. Yeah. So, but they even told me, because I think one of the comments I made was, well, I might as well quit. They said, well, if you try to quit, we gonna get on you, make sure you don't. And I was like, really? Because
it has to turn around on you a lot to say this isn't about you.
Right.
Like, as far as you're invested now, it has nothing to do with Chris Hope and everything to do with the families that you've supported and are supporting.
Right. So, like I said, it was a learning experience, because I thought, even though what I was doing was the right thing, this is what they said actually. What you're doing is a good thing, but we want to show you how to do it in the right way. So when I thought I was doing good, if I hear a family saying, my husband want to come to St. Jude for Christmas to spend Christmas with us, but he can't come, and I asked, so what's keeping him from coming? And they said, he just need gas money. And I go to Exxon and get an Exxon gift card and say, here, but it's like, no, because even though you sliding a gift card to them, somebody across the table is like, well, you just gave them a card. You just gave them money.
Too,
yeah. So I need it. So, like they said, doing a good thing, but they want me to do it the right way.
It turns out St. Jude's pretty smart.
Man.
Running a charitable organization.
It's funny because you're like, man, I'd never tell them they were right.
Like they've been around the block.
Yeah,
a time or two.
yeah. I mean, they've experienced all of these different things, and
all that equipment didn't just show up between brick and mortar somewhere.
right. And you was saying something about the average person donates $30. You know, that was one of the things Dan Thomas said. He would have a whole bunch of people donate $30 than to have one person donate $1 million because it gets so many people involved. And I think I've kind of fed off of that because, I mean, that's the case with me. I want to get the community involved as much as possible. And I've never been that kind of person. But I know that's the key to success, is to get everybody involved. I mean, we have several events. We got golf, we got bowling, we got the 5K, 10K race, working on flag football. And people's like, man, do you think that a lot of those people kind of get tired of this stuff? I'm like, no, because the person who bowls don't run. Or the person who golf, the person who golf may not play flag football. So it's like something for everybody. And if you don't do any of those things, I mean, volunteer. Just come out to be a part and help make a difference. A lot of people always feel as though they have to do these major donations. $5, $10 can go a long way if I can get 20 more people to give $5 to $20. Because trust me, I mean, myself, I can't just get this guy $100 because he's got something going on. And then I walk away, and 3 weeks later, she comes and say, hey, Chris. And I was like, dog, I just gave him 100. So for now, 10 for you, buddy. You catch me on a good week, maybe 25 for you. But, so, I mean, I don't always know the right way to, get the community involved. I just go off of my gut feeling. I tell people all the time that the Chris Hope Foundation is definitely God-led because he gives me vision. That's why I like my job, too, because I'm driving down I-40 and I-30. So I'm just driving along, and my mind gets to going. And a lot of the ideas that I get, he gives me, and they are all successful. The bowling event last year, I think we planned it 2 or 3 weeks in advance. And, I mean, did it make $10,000? No. But it made a couple of $1,000s, So, it's just, it's kind of amazing. Sometimes I sit back and I'm like, man, look at what we've done in an official year's time, and the challenge is to be able to keep the fire hot. I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. 2016, Chris Hope Foundation, they was really doing a lot. Man, it's 2018. Have y'all seen Chris Hope? I don't ever want it to be like that. As a matter of fact, I know it won't. I mean, even if it's just, me, myself, and I, I'm going to continue to do what I can to help make a difference. In Birmingham, Alabama, we visited the hospital there, took some wagons, took them a check, and man, the response from them, even from that amount that it was, you would have thought I gave them $1.2 million, and it's so appreciative to have somebody to, out of nowhere, call them, get some information from them, and drive down to personally meet them and present them with a check. And in Birmingham, they have a program called Hope and Cope, a Hope and Cope program. Continue to give them hope to get through what they're going through and to cope with it. We got something we're working on down there. It's going to be tremendous. That hospital is the only children's hospital in Alabama. Also, the one in Jackson, Mississippi is the only one in in the state of Mississippi. I am so looking forward to that because from talking to the administrator down there and listen to their plan, and it's kind of cool that my name is in it. The Hope and Coach. The Hope
You can
and Coach.
associate yourself with all kinds of things.
Man, don't you know in St. Jude they got a big heart out there? They got hope on it, and I always said that's the Hope Heart. Yeah, that's a Hope Heart.
Like Horal and Cope doesn't sound.
Nah, that don't flow right. So I mean, we got a lot of things going on, and like I said, it's very important to me to get as much as the community involved as we can. Not like you said, not necessarily for Chris Hope, but to be an assistance to all of these other families out there.
So speaking of those events you were talking about, bowling and all that, I was really looking forward to seeing you at the dragon boat races. I was looking for Hope floats out there. There was no Hope.
The bars on the arms. When was that?
It was a couple
Hope
weekends ago.
Floats on the arm.
Yeah, you got to get in on that next year.
Yeah,
for sure.
I was looking for you. I just, it's the St. Jude, so when I see St. Jude, I assume there's Hope. So.
No, we hadn't gotten to the boat thing yet. We've done the 24-hour ride, and of course, we've done the race, of course. 24-hour ride was pretty cool. It was my first time doing it year before last. We didn't do it last year. It was cool to be sleeping in your truck and waiting for the alarm to go off at 4 o'clock because it's your turn to ride a bike. But we try to get involved as much as possible. Like I said, I want everybody to experience it. And I always say, do the tour, do the St. Jude tour, and you'll be surprised at all the different things that hospital do for the families. And I mean, just the hospital itself, when you walk through it, I mean, you know how, I better not say that. Tourists, I said tourists, how they be in different cities and they're just walking around and looking. That's what you'll be doing when you go to St. Jude. I mean, that hospital is like no other. It's like no other. So I always encourage everybody to at least do the tour.
How do you turn all that off? You had talked earlier, you had mentioned HIPAA, and, Amanda's a doctor. She works at the Olive Branch Hospital, and she can't tell me anything that goes on as far as a patient-by-patient basis. Anything that I hear is, a subject, not a person.
Yeah.
But she has to experience things that go on during the day that, she's got to deal with them somehow. That's got to be really tough for both of y'all to see what you see and make the connections that you make. And then, also have to, be a realist and know that those things are part of what comes with the gig.
Yeah. One of the things I learned, you can tell a story, but leave out the name, especially the full name, or put in a dummy name. Because sometimes I do want to tell, like, well, I guess I shouldn't tell no stories now, but it's, There's been days when I've done visits and walk out there happy and like, man, so-and-so is really doing good. And there's been times when I walk out the building and I just have to go to the side and just get it together. I mean, I've been there when parents, sitting right beside them when parents get bad news. I've been there when a parent may be walking out and I go, what's wrong? And we said, just got a bad report. And well, what was the report? They saying she only have like a month to go. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you say?
I can't handle that. You're a big man. Like I wouldn't.
You just,
I could hear one story and then I'm out,
Yeah,
like
it's something. I mean, here in the past 2 weeks, it's been really, really tough because I know of 4 kids who's passed away from the ages of 1 to 16. And within those 4 that passed, 2 are on timetables. They're counting down their days.
That means they know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this month has been something. I mean, I even attended a funeral for one of the kids, and
that's hard.
I've been to several, but this one was something. And it was amazing. As I was sitting there, I was like, we got to be able to do something. You know, it kind of like gave me that juice to, dadgummit, let's go out here and raise some more money for this hospital and get this done. Because his doctor was at the funeral, you know, and every now and then I just kind of look at him and wonder what's going on through his mind. You know, is he beating himself up? I mean, I know you can always say that I did all I could, but, you know, I mean, I don't know what was going on through his head, but as I saw the mom and the other family members, you know, dealing with that, you know, and I'm sitting here going, okay, we gotta come together and do something to. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would never stop. I know that's a goal to fan a career for everything, but man, you never know what your $10 or your $50 or $100 and the 130,000 that we grow as a group, man, whose life may be actually saving, even if it's through a loss. You know.
Well, let me ask you this, so we don't end on such a somber note. Do you ever go to bed at night and really put in perspective the work that you're doing? You know, there's not a person in this room or outside of this room that at some point in their life has not wanted to be doing exactly what you're doing and been moved emotionally and said, I'm going to do that. You know, it's the same thing that Danny Thomas said when he said, God, get me out of this pickle and I'll build you a shrine.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I've said that. There's no difference in me and Danny Thomas, only he built a gosh damn shrine.
Right.
You know, and you're out here doing what every person says at some point in time when they feel the spirit, they feel, you know, all the drive and all the motivation to do it, only no one does it. And you're running with it.
Well, it's all in what he has in store for you. If it's what he wants you to do, then he'll make a way for it to happen. I mean, there have been a lot of things or projects I've been involved in wholeheartedly and, you know, like, okay, I'm tired of that. What else can I do? And I don't know, with this, I mean, I know this is what he want me to do. That's why I feel so positive about it and have that drive. Because I can honestly and truly say this is not about Chris Hope at all. I mean, if you talk to me, it's always we, us, when talking about the foundation, the team, or whatever the case. I mean, even if it's just, I just so happen to go across the street and got a $100 check. The comment is, hey, we were able to get $100 today. You know, today is a good day. We raised another $100 for the children at St. Jude. I just follow his will and just do it. I mean, there's been a many times I've gone to bed with the laptop as my pillow. You know, I'm doing a little work until I go to sleep, and I can probably say, "Dear John," and then I wake up in. You know, I mean, I just do it. I mean, it keeps me going. It's kind of hard to explain. It's just, I love it. You know, even though it is hard as all get out. You know, I just love it because I know that we're making a difference. You know, I know that we're making a difference. I mean, I've seen the reactions when we've helped families out. You know, when you know, saying we know that you're 2 months behind, and just to let you know, here's the receipt where we paid your rent and all your late fees, and just see that emotion that comes over them, then comes over us as we're watching. I mean, this is my purpose, and
then you get to pass along to us, and hopefully we'll get to pass that along to some other people.
Exactly. You know, Team Hope has anywhere from 125, 150 members, and we want to get up to 200 and 225, 250. And I know members, they come and they go to other teams. I mean, I get that. But then, you know what motivates me when we go to another team? We go make you wish you didn't leave. You know, because I am very rewarding for good work. I mean, we had a dinner for St. Jude race. I awarded the top 10 fundraisers on the team. I got them plaques. I have medals made for from the number 11 to 20. You know, I'm always very appreciative of people's effort because they don't have to do it. You know, and I don't want them to feel like could have gone to any other team to do it, or you know, they just be nonchalant about it. I mean, I want you to know that I appreciate what you're doing for other people. Not for us,
but there's
for other
also
people.
strategy involved in that, because I remember after St. Jude, you rewarded me with something, and you said after the marathon, here's tickets to go see whoever it was, and I thought, now he knows my fat ass ain't gonna get out of the bed and make it to any concert. He could have given me a free plane ticket anywhere in the world, and he knows I'm not gonna make it.
Man. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. But
So that's how you operate. I know how that works.
I mean, I'm big. I'm real big on that. You know, because everybody like to be rewarded and recognized for their efforts. So you know, I'm big on that. If somebody in our Team Hope chat room says, "Hey, I got me a donation today," high five. You know, good job. You know, instead of just saying, "You only got $20." Oh no, good job. I mean, another thing I like about our team, at the last month, a lot of people have made goal to still collect the money. If we have members who are short any donations that we get, we put it on their fundraising efforts so they can make their goal. If my goal is $1,000 and I made it $1,100, and I got you who has a goal of $500, but you're stuck at $350, we're going to chat room and say, okay, I got a donation today. Who's short? And somebody say, well, I'm about $100 short, and we'll put 25 here.
Can you do that during the St. Jude Marathon?
Yeah, that's when we do it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, you don't pull it from what you've already put in, but if somebody says she gives me a check for St. Jude for $25, and I'm like, hey, I got a donation for $25. Before I put it in mine, who needs some help? And somebody said, hey, I'm about $75 short. And I be like, okay, I put up their page, and I donated up under their name. So we are a team.
That's very interesting. I didn't realize that was part of what went along with being on Team Hope.
Yep.
Chris Hope
Well, because you
Foundation.
always made your goal.
Well, people have always made my goal for me.
Right.
But, you know, you're relying on other people, and you're throwing out you're feeling pretty ballsy when you say, I'm going to raise this much money, and if nobody puts it out there, it's kind of an empty feeling.
Yeah.
It was hard last year for me, and that's why I chose not to do it this year, because it was such a struggle and a heartbreak to not have that support. Then I didn't realize that the Hope Foundation did that.
That could change a lot of that could turn a lot of people around. With that, I'm going to cut it off. I've kept you longer than I said that I would.
Come on, man. I'm having fun.
Well, I'll sit out here and let you go all night, but I know you got to get to the Texas line and start doing things for the world. You got to get back to saving the world.
Yeah, we're going to Texas. Well, I'm going to Texas for work. Probably going to get off around 10:30 in the morning, and then we're going from UPS straight to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because I have a fundraiser going down there for St. Jude on Saturday. Last weekend we was in Shreveport, Louisiana. So I like to take it outside of Memphis, and you know, if we can make this thing a
nationwide.
Because a lot of kids come from Louisiana, so it's a prime area to be able to have fundraisers for St. Jude. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy weekend. So get off work, put in another 350 miles, whatever it is, to go down to Baton Rouge, and Saturday set up stage. I mean, because we do the stage, we do the lights, we do the sound, we make it a fun event. And after that, break it down, come on back. That's why I said there's no rest.
Amazing. Man, I think the world of you.
Thanks for being here, Chris.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
man,
you.
anytime. I appreciate it. I think when he, reached out to me, I was like, yes, I do that, man. I really said something else when I said, you bet you're sweet.
I love your energy, man.
But I got Vaughn, I know you were going to be here, but I brought goodies.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so got Chris Hope Foundation T-shirts.
Oh, awesome.
This is gray. The month of May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. The color is gray. So there you guys go. You
Very
can have that.
thoughtful. Thank you very
Thank
much.
Yeah, so
Let me
like
take my shirt off.
like I said, hey, we give back. We give back. So I appreciate you allowing me to come on and share my story and talk about what the organization does and what Team Hope does. Because for the most part, I really have two organizations going on because, I have to handle Team Hope, which is totally separate from the Chris Hope Foundation. So, but, both are doing great and, taking care of business. And I'm very happy to be in the position to, do what I do.
You're the man, Chris.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Chris Hope Foundation. LHRL number 52 is in the books.
Oh, sorry.
Slap it. Slap that thing together.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.